Can you swallow an apple whole? I know, that's quite a strange question. Of course, you don't swallow an apple whole. You take individual bites one at a time and until the apple is gone. Hey there, this is Anna, and today I'm going to teach you how to learn a foreign language effectively. Of course, I'm not going to teach you how to eat apples. However, the apple analogy is going to help me explain to you how bite-sized learning works and why bite-sized learning is more effective when you learn a foreign language than your traditional approach to learning a foreign language. Just like eating an apple, bite-sized learning involves breaking down the learning process into small steps. For example, you have to memorize a long list of new expressions. Instead of repeating this list every day and spending hours doing this, you can break down the list into smaller chunks, into smaller pieces of information. For example, 5-7 expressions daily, and learn 5-7 expressions daily instead of trying to memorize the whole list. And of course, the key thing here is that you don't spend a lot of time trying to memorize 25 expressions, for example. Another key element here is daily practice, daily repetition. In other words, bite-sized learning is a way to learn smarter, not harder. When I was creating my flagship course, English for Tech 2.0, I had bite-sized learning technique in mind. This is why I created video lessons that are short so that you don't have to spend a lot of time watching the video and then doing the task. Just like my videos on YouTube, I try to make them short so that you get that bite and then you get another bite later so that you don't overwhelm yourself with the information. Because at the end of the day, we are all busy people. You don't have 2 hours to spend learning every day. Or, for example, if you spend 2 hours learning something, but not every day, let's say once a week or twice a week, the result, your progress is not going to be the same if you were to spend, let's say 30 minutes, but every day. The key thing here is consistency. And you know me, I don't want you to learn English. I want you to live it. So when you use this bite-sized learning technique and you practice English daily, English becomes your daily habit. And this is when you stop learning it, you just start living it, because you just can't live without it anymore. You need that portion, the small portion of your daily English practice. Let me tell you why bite-sized learning is effective. Number one, you are completely engaged. A study showed that an ideal time for an instructional video is 6 minutes. Actually, this makes sense because you can focus for 6 minutes and then you will remember what you just watched or heard, for example, if you're listening to a podcast. If you have to watch a long video or listen to a long podcast, there is a chance, there is not a chance. You will not remember what you just watched or what you heard. That is why it's more effective if we break down this long video into shorter videos and a big task into smaller tasks. It's more effective to do 5 separate tasks that will take you 10 minutes each than one big task that will take you 50 minutes. By the way, in Great Britain, school kids are not allowed to spend more than 20 minutes doing their homework. This is actually written in their notebooks by their teacher in red ink. Another reason why bite-sized learning is effective is because you practice consistently. You practice regularly. Consistency is the key to success. If you practice every day, you will most definitely become successful and reach your goals. Moreover, if you practice every day, you will develop a habit. And good habits make good people. That is why if you, again, want to stop learning English and you want to start living it, use bite-sized learning technique every time you want to learn something. Actually, not only a foreign language, you can use bite-sized learning technique for anything, for learning a new programming language, or even for learning some sports activity. Finally, bite-sized learning helps you develop soft skills. When you follow the bite-sized learning principles, you are ready to learn anywhere at any time. You are becoming a lifelong learner. That is why, for example, when you're browsing your Instagram feed and you read an interesting post in English, you automatically start noticing some important and useful information for you. Your eye will catch that, and momentarily you add, for example, a new expression that you just saw in that post to your word list, to your vocabulary list, and that's how you learn on the go. This is not your official English lesson. This is your downtime. This is the time when you relax, but at the same time you learn. So you don't overload your brain. You're actually learning in a relaxed state. And this is how you learn the best, because when we're stressed out, when we're frustrated and we're trying to learn something, and this is what happens when you're trying to learn something for hours, right? This is when your English lesson is 2 hours, you're getting frustrated. Your brain is not accepting any information. Your brain is refusing actually to help you. Your brain is becoming your enemy. But when you are in a relaxed state of body and a relaxed state of mind, this is when you learn the best. And this is what a bite-sized learner can do. Learn in a relaxed state of mind and body. Last but not least, I know if you are used to using a more traditional approach to studying, like, when you sit down with a notebook and a pen and you have to write down every little word, you have to investigate every little word, you have to, write poems with this word in order to memorize it. I understand it might be a little bit difficult for you to start using a bite-sized learning technique. However, give it a try. One day you can study using your more traditional approach, but the next day try bite-sized learning approach, because at the end of the day, it's really hard for us to acquire new habits. However, it's possible if we start doing them slowly but regularly and consistently. That is why, for example, when you're doing one of the lessons in my course or in any other courses, what you can do is you can time yourself 30 minutes, and whatever you can learn in this 30 minutes is good enough. Take a break. You can continue learning later, the same day, or the next day. If you want to try the bite-sized learning principle in action, I want to invite you to join my brand new, the English for Tech 2.0 course. I will leave the information in the description to this video, and also in the description to the video, you will find a special offer to join the course. It's going to be, I think, almost 50% off.